Well, hello everybody. It is super exciting to be here today. It's a pop-up live training. I'm going to tag a few of you in to make sure that you get the notification that we are live. It is super exciting to have a friend of mine join me today, Kate Lardner. So Kate has built a massive following on Instagram. And she's built most of it with her iPhone. Can you believe it? So Kate is going to share with us some tips and tricks about how we can create content on our phones, particularly when it comes to taking selfies and taking photographs. Because while we're taking photographs, it's not always that easy, right? And I speak to practitioners all the time about when they are taking photos and content. That's okay, Tanya. It's all good. Great to see you. And as I'm talking to people about their content and I'm looking and I'm doing their audits for their Instagram, quite commonly what occurs is they will be wondering, should I be putting selfies up? Should I be taking those professional photos? Should I have all of those photos in there that make me look a certain way? So I'm going to bring Kate on. Kate, if you can see me, it's not letting me bring anyone on. So if you can request to join, that would be super helpful. I can see that comments are working, which is great. Hey, Danny, great to see you. Here's Kate. Yay, here we go. Kate is joining now. Thank you for doing great.
Hello.
Here she is.
It made me rotate my phone to join on, so I was just rotating my phone. I apologize for the delay there.
Oh, good. That's totally fine. Thank you for coming on. Everyone is super excited to hear how they can create content on their phone and take photos of themselves and not feel weird while they do it.
Amazing.
Is this a thing?
I'm cutting out a little bit, that's all. That's why I'm looking at you strangely.
Okay.
It's shaking.
I can still hear you, so go ahead. I would love for you to introduce yourself and tell everyone how many followers you ended up, like, you're still going, how many followers you've been able to culminate on Instagram, and we'll get started.
Yeah, cool. Hi, everyone. My name is Kate Lardner. I am a friend of Amy's, and one of my businesses is the Miniature Treasury, where I design nursery furniture. And I currently have over 18,000 followers, which is completely organic. I really love to push my brand aesthetic as much as I can. It's really important to me to have the Instagram looking cohesive, and I'm starting to do that with my Mindset Healing Instagram page as well. Having all the images cohesive, the lighting, the style, and it's really important to bring in clients and to have that looking, cohesive.
So if somebody's like, okay, so Di said she still doesn't have a Facebook or Insta account for her business. She needs all the tips she could get.
Ah, cool.
So, all of wonderful people begin. Like, never be free. What could they possibly do?
So you cut out again. Could you repeat that last bit? Sorry.
That's okay. So has never taken care of themselves before. What's the starter so they could take a really great, aesthetically pleasing picture of themselves?
Yeah, cool. It's interesting where to start when you are completely fresh. So I understand that completely. And I'm glad that we're all here to learn together. So I had a background in interior design. So I looked at a space through all angles, so I could see what looked good from that angle, but it had to also look good from all these other angles as well. Then coming into product-based business, I had to look through the lens of the camera because it was to go on. These birds are very loud. I hope it's not overshadowing my voice. I had to look through the lens of the camera because that's how it was going to be perceived by my clients, my customers on social media. And so I really started to get the feel of being in front of the camera and being behind the camera. And there's quite a few things to be aware of, big no-nos, big do's and big don'ts. So the biggest thing I find is, to start with, if you're taking selfies, I think the biggest thing is not to be front on like this. So this gives you a image of being a bit boxy, right? So if you look on and you smile like this, it's not very exciting. However, if you turn your body slightly, I'll go this way, turn your head slightly like this, and so you're creating a little bit of excitement and interest with your body movement. And the shapes and lines are really important when in photographs, because every single aspect of your body and what you are doing with your hands are picked up on camera, right? So it's very important to be, I don't know if you can see me, but have your hands on your waist and not your hips. So as I mentioned, with the head to the side, I tend to use I don't know if this comes across like I'm teaching you how to be models. I'm not teaching you how to be models.
Okay.
I'm just teaching you how to utilize your best self, which is important to come to be your best self for your clients, right? So bear that in mind. So turning your head slightly, just slightly, you don't need to be like this. And then I prefer to have, I have a nose ring, so I like to have that on show. So I have my left side a little bit that way. Something that I like that I'm working with at the moment in my mindset healing business is embodying the Queen archetype. I'm not sure, Amy, I know you're well aware of the Queen archetypes and all the archetypes. And I'm not sure if you've heard of them as well. However, the Queen is very regal. She is an authority in her realm, right? And so I feel that you all as businesswomen and in your leader roles would like to be perceived as an authority. So it's important to really embody this in your tone of voice and the way you hold yourself. So you don't want to be putting slumped shoulders, you don't want to be putting your head down, you don't want to be sort of looking half-heartedly towards no particular focal point. So you want to be strong in your stance, you want to be completely sure of yourself, you want to embody it, you want to be purposeful. I brought this. Tell me if I'm waffling, Amy.
Hey.
Seriously.
Danny's written that she's like, yeah, so Danny's done a little bit of work with Matilda and the Queen archetype. So
okay, cool.
This is landing. It's great. Keep going.
Right, cool. So I didn't have a bunch of flowers. However, here's my vase. So you don't particularly want to say this was a bunch of flowers. You don't particularly want to just hold a bunch of flowers and go and not be and be quite indirect in your point. So you want to hold a bunch of flowers, and as a Queen archetype, you could hold it like this. You turn your head slightly. You could look at the bunch of flowers really purposefully, and so then you get, if you did a couple of takes from the side, that would add some interest to your Instagram, to your social media. You could hold the bunch of flowers over your shoulder, things like that. So yeah, so that's a couple of pointers to start with. If you're doing, I'm not sure where you are at the moment, because I know lockdown is in New South Wales and Victoria. However, if you're in Queensland, we are quite free to go about where we are. However, if you're at home, your home is a beautiful place to utilize the light, especially at golden hour, which is at around 4:30. So really find that beautiful space in your home which sheds the most light and utilize that. It is really important, the lighting. This is why I'm outside at the moment. It has the best light. And it's really great to enhance your natural features as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and Rihanna's on. So Rihanna also does photography. So she said,
Oh, cool.
this is awesome.
Yay. I'm glad it's landing. I'm glad it's going.
It is amazing. Anyone who has questions for Kate, please pop them up. Even if you feel silly asking them, please ask them. Now is your time to be able to get something really specific so that you can go and take your first photo and feel confident in it. And I want you all to feel confident, particularly when you're showing up on social media. You know how often I speak on camera, on video, talking to you guys about how you need to be on video. And so it would be super duper exciting for me to see more of your faces on your social media, having learned something today with Kate.
Also, I'll go off on another couple of tips as well. So I would highly recommend a tripod and a little clicker. So it may seem, I'm not sure, I think you're all in the sort of holistic business industry. Perhaps some of you may not be, however, and it may seem like, why am I getting a tripod? I'm not in need of a tripod. However, for $20, I think you can get some at Kmart, and it's so I'm using my tripod right now. It leaves my hands free. I can click with my clicker, which isn't here. Another way is you can, if going off the topic of putting yourself in the frame, say for example you have a book, right? You could I'll turn it around, could just hold the book up to the sky and just perhaps just have the blue background of the sky, and you could tell people what you're reading right now, keeping them really interested and up to date, showing them that you are that authority in your realm. Again, using the book as an example, I'm just out on the daybed. However, if we work in the process of threes with interior design, and this is called a flat lay, and you can just take a photo straight up, and all you have is just three simple things, and that could go, and you could perhaps put a picnic blanket out or a really nice bedspread, and with a bit of texture as well. If you have a bedspread, a nice white one with lace, for example, and you can mix up your feed. You don't need to have your face on every single shot. However, it's a really nice, beautiful mix, and you can use lots of things. You can use books, you can use tea bags, you can use a coffee cup, you can use all sorts of things. And I know you're all creative humans, and so it's really fun way to express your creativity as well.
Yes, awesome. So tell me more about this rule of three. What's the rule of three?
The rule of three, that's just something about three. That is, if you have a tray, for example, if you're putting it on a coffee table, or if you have a tray, three things in different heights make it really interesting to the eye. So odd numbers, not okay. So 2, it's either 1 or 2, and it gives you a choice. However, if you have the 3, it creates a group. It creates a scene, like a mini little scene. So especially if you layer the heights, like I just mentioned, it's a really beautiful way to add interest around your home.
Perfect.
I have many a tray in my home.
Rihanna says we have a rule of three in naturopathic terms as well.
Cool. There
3
you go.
bodies
Easy to remember.
to show like that could be a possibility.
I love that.
Things in sets of 3s for aesthetics, and she's used 3 in landscaping too. So the 3's used in landscape. 3 is used in landscaping. So there you go. It happens in outdoor things.
Ooh.
Well,
there you go. That's really interesting.
Very interesting. Okay, so One question that I want to ask, because I know that there's been plenty of people who have said this to me in the past, where they say, what do they have to wear in a photo? Like, is there a particular like classic look that somebody could mimic so that they look great in a photo?
Well, that's a great question. So I've been told by many a photographer not to wear dark colors. Yeah, because it makes you stand out too much, and it's too dark, and it doesn't show off your hips and your womanly features. A light color. It all depends on your look. However, I really feel at the moment something that accentuates the waist. So whether it be like high-waisted cream, what's the tailored pants, that they don't nothing necessarily has to be fitted, as long as it accentuates your beauty. You know, so high-waisted cream pants or a high-waisted pleated skirt, midi skirt would be beautiful. And then it could just be a plain top with some sleeves and just a chunky necklace, for example. And accessories are everything. You know, this dress doesn't call for accessories now because it's quite dramatic in its own right. You can't really tell. I'm not sure if you can tell. I don't know if you can tell. So I just chose to wear earrings. Whereas if it was more of a plain dress, I would probably wear a necklace and or a belt. And I'm rather tall, so I don't wear heels. However, a nice pair of heels is lovely.
Yeah.
And again, if you are trying to be, not trying, if you are encompassing the queen archetype and wanting to be that authority in your area, in your domain, it's really important to embody that and to maybe talk to Tilly, who is great with the styling. I'm not sure if you've all heard of her, but I'm sure Amy will give you her contact details if she hasn't already. Yeah, and just to really
in for a live as well. I feel like there's more stuff that we can talk about too.
Yeah,
because she can talk more about the styling aspect, but I feel like even the basics that you've given right now with being able to take great pictures is going to be super helpful. You know, it's that set up your tripod, do it in natural light, wear something that accentuates your beauty, your natural beauty. Grab a couple of props, grab a couple of, a belt and earrings if that's what's necessary. So is it more so about feeling good in the picture as well, like feeling good first and then the picture will exude that?
The emotion that you're feeling at the time will always be picked up on camera. So I think we mentioned this the other day, Amy, how that first photograph in a shoot sort of really picks up on the am I doing this right sort of emotion behind it. So that's why I feel that really embodying who you want to be before the photo shoot starts is really important, because all those shots, you only have, if you're paying for someone, you only have a certain window of time and you want to make the best out of it that you possibly can. So really, I do queen embodiment exercises before I do any shoots. So I actually do this with clients, a process of getting my clients to embody the queen before we take the content shots is we breathe up and down the spine, and there's a few other things I find out with my clients where they are led, what chakra they are led from. So I am led from my sacral with the queen, and so I really feel into that, and then I come out, and then once I come out in it, all my movements are very purposeful. You know, I can do all sorts of movements with my hands and do things like that, because I feel that I am truly embodying that authoritarian figure, and I can feel that my voice deepens, and I walk with purpose, and it's really easy to capture walking for the photographer when you're doing it purposefully, because if you're just walking, that's not really a moment to capture. So it's really beautiful if you can just use the whole time frame that you have with that photographer to really embody how you want to be portrayed.
Cool. Coming up, right? Let's talk about your.
You cut out again.
Let's talk about your event, Kate.
Yes. Yeah, I'm very, very excited about the event. So I put together a beautiful package which is for the Queen archetype. I meet you at Burleigh, and I pick you up and I drive you around. I'm that person, I'm that best friend that you don't want to ask to take photos of you for 2 hours. And I take photos of you for 2 hours, all while practicing how to be the Queen archetype. So we do embodiment practices. I do a beautiful hypnosis to let go of old things that aren't serving you anymore. And we just go around to different scenes all around Burleigh. We can go out for coffee. I can take photos of you drinking coffee. Heaps, dozens and dozens, it could be over 100 photos, and that will give you, over 3 months worth of content, essentially. Ones that you may not have felt comfortable in doing so for yourself. And I really talk you through how to do it, all while really stepping into your power. And it's really beautiful.
Yes. Yes. It's super exciting. And I feel like now is the time to do that. It's warming up. You can wear a few different types of outfits without getting too hot or your makeup running off your face. And
exactly.
And also it's a chance for a lot of like-minded people to come together. There's this is going to be a special for this group, isn't it?
I do have a special discount, and just for your group as well. So I'm not going to be offering this to any other people on this day.
Amazing. So do you want to tell them what's involved in the day? So when is it again? What date?
It's on the 22nd of September. There's a couple of different sittings I can do. Take 3 people at a time. I think you are coming along as well, Amy. Is that correct? Yes. Very excited for that. We can have your favorite playlist blaring at whatever level you like best. And yeah, we just go around for 2 hours doing all the exercises that I've previously mentioned. You will leave feeling so empowered and knowing how to create those for yourself moving forward as well. So not only will you be taking I'd have taken photos of you for over 2 hours or however long it takes, you will have the capacity to do that yourself. So the day will be full of that. You also get an ebook on how to use Canva and Lightroom, which are the editing apps that I use. I'm not sure what editing apps that you use currently. However, I find these super easy and fun. And so I'll give you a full ebook on that. And yeah, with the hypnosis as well. There is also an upgrade, which I'm more than happy to offer you as well. So that one is 500, and the upgrade is for 850. Is I edit them all. I take them all on my personal camera, and I take them home. I have a look at your social media or aesthetic as well.
Amazing. That's an actual bargain. 2 hours plus all editing. Amazing, amazing, amazing.
Yeah, as well as letting go of, with the hypnosis.
Oh, Danny's saying it's her partner's birthday.
Right?
She doubts he'd forgive her for ditching him for this. Oh, are you sure? It's a date, no, Danny, and you can hang out with him down the coast, and you can hang out for lunch. It is such a.
I was also.
This is outstanding value. So if anybody is in Southeast Queensland, make the most of the sun shining, make the most of this amazing offer. Like, Kate has been doing this for years, and as you heard her, she grew an organic following on Instagram, 18,000 people in a fairly short amount of time using all of these techniques. So anyone in Gold Coast, Brisbane and surrounds, make sure you check it out. Kate, can you pop your link into the comments so that they can check it out? And yep. Any questions, shoot them through to me or shoot them through to Kate. And it's honestly, like, this is going to be such a fun time. So can't wait to do it. Is there anything else that you want to share with everybody today, Kate?
I know that content creation as a whole can seem overwhelming. However, it's not. It's just knowing the basics, knowing how to break it down. And once you have your head around that, it will flow out really smoothly and really beautifully for you in the future. Yeah, and I believe you all can do it.
Yes, me too. Me too. Jane's saying she wishes that you're in Perth. Maybe we can figure out some sort of like online version of this in the future.
Yeah. Thanks, Jane. I appreciate that.
Oh, thank you so much for joining today, Kate. I can't wait to share this with the group and share it with you. It's going to be amazing. I'm super excited. Thanks for coming and sharing all of your wisdom and knowledge. And yeah, it's super exciting, the whole Queen archetype, and knowing that there's going to be more people leading with that.
Exactly. And as an entrepreneur and people in the fields that you're in, it's ideal to have that authority figure, because that's what draws in the clients, right? So yeah, I feel that as well.
Oh, no worries, Sally. Thanks for joining. Okay.
Thanks, Sally. Thanks, Amy. Bye, everyone.
Bye.